What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining in. My name is Sean, and you're watching a review on a 2021 BMW M340i. Again, before we get into the vehicle, make sure you like and subscribe. It really means a lot, and tell me if you have any cars that you want to see. So on this specific vehicle, it does have the M Sport package, and if we look at the outside, so if we start off with the lights, this vehicle does have the adaptive LED headlights. So they are the upgraded headlights. Big advantage, it's going to have a brighter light and it's going to shine a little bit further, or really double than what the standard LED headlights are. If we look at the kidney grills, so again, it's all blacked out on this specific trim, and it does have the active shutter, so it helps the vehicle cool down, and it also helps with fuel economy as well. Towards the middle, you're going to see one of the 4 cameras on the outside of the vehicle to give you that 360 view. We got a lot of safety tech on this vehicle, that's standard. So you're going to have 4 sensors across the front and sensors across the rear as well, which are the park distance control sensors. Just helps you park. Again, mean face. Below the license plate cover, you got that radiator, the grill, to help cool the vehicle. And again, no fog lights on this specific vehicle, but more cooling for a vehicle that has 382 horsepower. Making our way to the side, one of the things I wanted to show off were the 20-inch rims. So this is a special option on this vehicle. It has a really nice touch. It is a staggered setup, so you got 225s in the front, 255s on the back. These are run flat P0 tires, so again, not my favorite, but it is what it is, right? And you got that M Performance over there. You're gonna notice this blue brake caliper. So this does have the M Sport brakes, which really increases the stopping distance, right? You have all the power to go forward, but stopping is just as important, and it looks absolutely unreal too. As I pan out a bit, part of the M Sport package, there's no real chrome on this vehicle. So if you look around the windows, typically on BMWs you have brushed chrome. This one is all high gloss black going across and in the middle. I wanted to show off one of the other cameras. So on both side mirrors you have cameras over here. And if we look at the door handle, so you have 2 ways to unlock it. If you have the BMW key card, you can basically tap it against here to lock and unlock, or if you just use the keys, you have that groove right there. That's to lock, that's to unlock, and again, you can do that on any of the 4 doors here. Making our way to the back end, so the LED lights, taillights are on, and they're probably one of my favorite features on this because it just gives it a high-end stealth look. And it also has basically shadow black trim across here as well, so it just sticks with the theme of the vehicle. M340i in silver, X-Drive as well. So in Canada, you're pretty much getting this standard on the M340i's. You do have a rear wheel drive option if you prefer that. It is rear wheel bias, so if you need the power, it's going to give some more power to the front. Otherwise, it's going to be a true performance car. This specific vehicle has the M Performance exhaust. So what we'll do is I'm going to play a quick clip of starting the vehicle, and then we'll take a look at the rest of it. So let's take a look at the exhaust. Alright, and continuing on the back, so I'm going to open the tailgate right now. Power tailgate, and you'll see the buttons across the top as well. So on the left button, you can either close it or you can lock and close the vehicle. Taking a look inside, plenty of space. So you have your controls, you have your switches over here if you want to drop the seats. You got a little bit of storage across the side. We've got the mats there as well. One thing I wanted to mention was because they're run flat tires, there's no storage below. So what you see here is the storage that you're going to get on the vehicle. So coming into the back seat, Again, you have a nice wide door opening, and just looking at the rear door, this does have the 16 speaker Harman Kardon system. It's a much needed upgrade if you like music like myself. Again, you have the brushed silver door handles, and you'll notice here you have the galvanic controls as well. So the touches on the windows, the locks, much more upgraded. If we look at the seats, again, black Vernesca seats, and then you got the M Sport seat belts as well. So it gives you that nice M Sport color. And you'll see it a little bit down there as well. Got a nice texture here, very soft, very plush. And then you have the ISOFlex seat fasteners as well for your newborn. All right, let's take a seat inside. So me sitting in here, I'm about 6'2", and you're noticing there's a ton of space here for me. Headroom is really good as well. If we look at the center stacked, you got the rear vents, so it helps you keep heated and cooled during the night or during the day. You got heated seats on both sides, and you have the ability to control the temperature either back here or from the front. Storage behind both seats, and then I'm not sure if the camera picks it up, but you'll notice that blue accent. So that's a part of your ambient light package, which at night looks absolutely unreal. And there's your cup holder back there. Here's a quick view of the front. Nice cockpit, nice layout as well. All right, let's go to the front and get a better view. All right, so we're making our way to the front, and before I take a seat inside, I just want to show you the driver's side door. Again, nice silver, higher end finishing here, so it just gives you that luxurious look here. Even the controls, automatic power windows. You can close the side mirrors as well, control the mirrors, and you have 2 memory seats. Below that, you can open and close the trunk as well. And down here, just basically open it twice to open the hood. There's no switches or latches there to deal with. Looking at the bottom here, you have automatic power control seats. This is for your lumbar support, so you can go in and out, up and down. And here, if you look at this bolstering on the side of the seats, that can be adjusted to your body type as well. So you can make it wider, you can make it more narrow. Obviously, it depends on how your body is. There's some of the ambient lighting down here. You have your light switches here, so you can turn it off, leave it on auto. You can just turn the front headlights on. You got parking lights on the side, and then you can adjust the brightness of the speedometer in front of you as well. All right, so let's grab a seat inside and take a look. All right, so making our way to the interior of this M340i, you're going to be greeted by this M steering wheel. So if we look at the steering wheel, great holding or grip on the sides, nice shape as well, and then it has beautiful stitching across the middle, so it gives that luxurious look. If we look at the controls here, you have all your cruise control functions on the left side. On the right side, you have either your volumes, you can change your different tracks, cycle through different stations, you can answer or hang up the phone from there. And then from here, you can really talk to either the BMW Assist, or if you hold it for 3 seconds and you have CarPlay or Android Auto paired, you can speak to Google Assist or Siri. You got paddle shifts on both sides as well. But behind that, you're going to see the left indicator. So you have the BC button and the auto high beams. So if, again, you're in a dark area, you have the auto high beams. It'll turn out brighter or less bright, depending on if the car near you. This vehicle does have the live cockpit professional. So with this, there's no analog gauges. It's all digital. I'm actually going to start this vehicle up so you have a quick view. And that looks awesome. Everything lights up there. And I mentioned that BC button on the side. So if I press that BC button and we look at the right side of the display, you can see different settings there. So I have the G meter. I have different artwork on your music you're listening to. You have your fuel economy, and you have your trip computer as well. M340 on the top. You have like your fuel on the left side, how warm the vehicle is on the right side. I'm in comfort mode right now. So if I switch to a sport mode, for example, it's going to change the layout there. And if I switch to an Eco Pro, you're going to see more of an eco-friendly view as well. So you can really customize that. Not sure if the camera can capture it, but you have your heads-up display there. And you'll see the kilometers per hour up in the front. You'll have your speed limit as well. So really cool to have that. And one thing I wanted to mention, this does have a heated steering wheel. and heated seats as well, so huge plus. I got the AC on right now, so you can have your heated seats on the side, your defrost, auto settings. You can change the temperature and the direction of the air, or you can just straight turn off this air conditioning. Above that, you get your hazard lights, and one thing I want to mention was the suite of safety features. So you have your park distance controls, which I mentioned. If I press this, I have all the safety settings set up. So if I click through, go into individual and configure it. So some of the standard safety features you have on this, again, park sensors in the front and in the rear. You have your blind spot in the side mirrors. You have your rear cross traffic alert as well. So it's gonna warn you if a car's coming from the sides. You have your lane departure warning. So it's gonna help you stay in your lane at faster speeds. Obviously you don't wanna hit another car. And on top of that, you have forward collision mitigation. So if there's a person coming out of the way or a car slamming its brake, you will get a warning, obviously depending on the speed that you're going. So really cool that BMW included that standard across their G23 series. Making our way a little bit lower, you have your mode button, your different band, your volume. These numbers over here are programmable, so you can really program, you know, your radio station. You can program, so I said radio station, phone numbers, navigation settings. You can program different options. And then you have your different tracks across there. In the middle, so you have your storage compartment. And that's where you would store the BMW's key. So if you're using the BMW access card and you're not using your key, you got to put that card right in the middle in the wireless charger in order to start the vehicle. Keep in mind, you have 30 seconds to start the vehicle. Otherwise, you got to start that whole process all over again. USB, and then you have 2 cup holders with a 12-volt outlet over here. 8-speed automatic transmission, a little bit of different layout in terms of the gear shifter. You can turn off your traction control over here. And if we go up to here and I press this button, you got your rear camera. And if I press the button below it, you have your rear camera, of course, but you have your trajectory lines, and then you can see different views on the vehicle as well. Click on the side, 360 view. And then you can start toggling through this, right? So depending on the views that you want to see. And then you have a car wash view. So if you're going through a car wash and you want to kind of see the front end, you can change that as well. This vehicle does have automatic parking. So good thing with this is once you're looking for a parking spot, whether you're parallel parking or whether you're reverse parking and it finds the spot, it will steer the vehicle, it will use the brakes, and it'll use the acceleration on its own. All you got to do is sit back and relax. Backup assistant. So what this feature does is, say I maneuver into a tight alleyway and I want to reverse out now. You know, a lot of people might not be comfortable doing that. So it's actually going to memorize the way you came in up to a certain distance, and it will reverse you out the same path you came in. So it really helps with maneuvering a vehicle, you know, expensive vehicle like this, for example. Right. Below this, you have your adaptive M suspension. So the real difference there, on top of, you know, you have your sport, comfort, eco. So on top of adjusting the throttle, adjusting the RPMs, adjusting the steering wheel, it also adjusts the suspension on the vehicle, right? So it's, on a sport mode, it's going to tighten the suspension a little bit more. On a comfort, you're going to have more of a softer suspension. Or if you press adaptive, it's basically going to do all the predicting and guessing for you, right? So you're not always going to be in comfort. If you hit a corner or you want to take a corner hard, it's going to pop into sport mode, give you that feel, and then go back into comfort when you're straight on the highway. Super cool. Auto H is your brake hold. So if you're at a stop sign and you don't want to hold your foot down, you have that functionality. And then you have your electronic handbrake. If you've ever seen a BMW or been in a BMW, this is going to look familiar. So you have your shortcuts across the top. This button here takes you to your suite of BMW apps. So that's the real difference here. You still have the ability to write and type over there. All right, and then you have your armrest here. If I open it up, got another USB down there, another light, and you got decent space there. Looking at the passenger seat, you have leg support, so this does pop out. So if you're a little bit taller, that helps out there. There's your ambient lighting. So with the ambient lighting, you can really customize the colors. So if I go back, go to car, go into settings, interior lights, and you have a whole bunch of different colors you can really choose from. So you have bronze, orange, white, blue, green, and lilac, or different variations with white accenting as well. So super cool there. So while we're at the screen, I'm going to show off iDrive 7. So this will kind of be a quick overview, but this is what BMW has equipped with basically most of their 2021 lineup. I think the X1 and the X2 don't have it yet. If I go into media, you can go to XM radio. Cool thing here is while I'm not saying I listen to Sirius XM Parade Tier, but say I'm listening to this and I want to see what other stations are playing, you can see basically what's playing next, right? So you can switch while listening to the same song that you're listening to right now. You got AM, you got FM, Spotify, Bluetooth, you have all that integration. Two things this vehicle does not have. So no CD player. I don't know who uses CDs anymore, but maybe more importantly for some people, there's no hard drive on here where you can store the music. So if you have a huge radio or a huge collection of music, you're most likely going to use a USB stick, put that in, and it'll read it from there, but there's no storage on the vehicle. I don't know who's going to be bothered by that, but thought I'd mention it. Communication is going to be your telephone, so you have your contacts, your different phone. One thing I wanted to mention, so on the 2021 BMW M340i with iDrive 7, you have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. So whether you use the navigation that we have on board or you use Google Maps, Waze, Apple Maps, again, you have your choice. So it's awesome that, and especially it's nice that it's wireless. A lot of cars have wireless chargers, but you have to always stay plugged in. So it's cool that you have the wireless functionality. Navigation, if we go to where to, you got a keyboard that pops up.
Period.
So see how I move my hand back? It's asking me to use the dial.
Period.
But if I bring my hand closer, you're gonna have a keyboard up here as well. So from here, you can type in addresses, full addresses. If you're looking for like a pita pit or gas station or anything specific, you can type that in as well and it'll do a search, which is pretty cool. You have your my destinations, your previous destinations, received destinations. So with your BMW app, you can actually send locations from your app to the vehicle. So when you start the vehicle, you'll have the locations already loaded up. Car. So car is going to be your different settings here. So you have your driver information, your vehicle status. Carrying car is just like more of like a relaxing status if you want to change the music, give you like a nice ambience in the vehicle. Driver profile, so you can set customizable profiles in the vehicle for music, which will save your music, your seat positioning, and basically your settings. And then you have your owner's manual down here. So if there's something that you don't know, you have a quick check here, no need to go through a manual. And I'll show off the glove box as well. It's got a nice felt finish under there. Okay. So you have your universal garage door link down here. And if I look at the top over here, you have a panoramic roof with your SOS button. So SOS, if you're in a situation where you need help from BMW, they're always there for you. Or you can open and close your sunroof. And on the topic of a sunroof, this one has actually increased in size by 4 inches. So while it's not panoramic, it's still pretty big for what it is. I like it. I don't think this car needs a panoramic roof. And there's your rear seats as well. Again, super cool. All right. That was the interior of the vehicle. I hope you enjoyed this video and make sure you like and subscribe. Appreciate it.